G'day, guys, and welcome to our lesson today on coming off the tools in healthcare without decreasing your income and how we'll go about understanding the best way to do this using the rolling break even and forecasting spreadsheet. But as always, before I get stuck into this, please hit that like and subscribe button because it helps us to reach more people and to create a bigger impact. So please just do that one for me. It's the best way to start off this. Now, thank you very much for doing that. Let's jump into it. So this is what your rolling break-even and forecasting spreadsheet tool will look like. If you don't have a copy of one of these, just below, I've attached a link. You can go and download it and create your own copy. It's a fantastic tool. If you don't have it, I highly recommend. Now, this is the front page, the welcome page. And what you need to do here is chuck your clinic name up here. I've just chucked in Super Healthy. Whatever you put in there, it's going to pop up at the top of each sheet, makes it feel a little bit more personalized. Then chuck in how many directors. I've chucked myself in, 100% ownership, just to keep it really simple in this case. Number of sites. I put one site, and this is the weekly expense over a 12-month period. So what I've done is I've looked at all the operating expenses over a 12-month period, divided by 52, and that's not including any salaries, superannuation, contractor fees, etc. So this is purely operating expenses minus anything paid to people who work for you or contractors who are working for you. Fantastic. Once you've done that, and that's quite accurate because we're only as good as the data we put in, you then jump over to clinic number 1. And this is where I'm going to go over the example for today of coming off the tools. This is a really common question I get. And one of the key things people say is, Pete, when I come off the tools, I don't want to have a decrease in income because I'm already stressed coming off the tools. I feel like I'm giving up control. And if I give up control by not seeing those clients, well, then I want to maintain control in other areas. And if I see my income decrease as well, I'm going to be stressed over here. I'm going to feel a little bit stressed over here. And my world's going to start to implode a little bit. And it can be a stressful, it can be a challenging experience. So what we want to do is we want to map out what does it look like in different scenarios here. Now, if we scroll down, what I've done is I've created a mock clinic here. We have a practice manager, we've got 3 admin, and a decent amount of admin for the overall clinic size. And if we come down here, we have 6 full-time practitioners on different hourly rates, ranging from more junior to more senior, different commission, bonus, or reward percentages that they are on overall. Super up here, we're working it out from 46 weeks per year. You can work it out from 48 if you like, 44. I've even seen 42 to be very conservative. Oops, I've just screwed that up a little. 44, or you can chuck in here 40, 42. Really, however many weeks of the year you count for revenue coming into the clinic. Different businesses are different. This is up to you. Now, I'm going to use 46 in this example, which is more common for, say, a musculoskeletal physiotherapy clinic, which is kind of what I based this off. Now, what I put in here is we have 2 senior clinicians, so 2 charging a bit higher, and we got 4 not junior, but let's just call them physiotherapists who are billing at $99 average spend, and then the number of clients they're averaging per week in the weeks that they're working there. Makes sense. Beautiful. So far, so good. Now, you come down here, you see I put myself down as a salary of $50 an hour. So basically, just under 100,000 plus super. So 109,000 was at 668, including super. Brilliant. Now, in this example here, what you can see is that the clinic profit per year is 337,000. So the take home before tax gross for the owner in this scenario is $447,000. It's pretty good, actually. It's a pretty nice little scenario here. But you can see that the owner, me in this case, is working and seeing 40 clients per week. Now, what we want to do in this example is we want to see, well, how can we go from seeing 40 down to seeing 0 without this number changing, which also means this number can't change. So the profitability has to maintain the same. Now, one thing you will notice, my friends, is that the 315 is going to have to increase because we're going to have to pay someone else to see these clients. So the profitability of each client essentially decreases because let's say you continue to, as long as you continue to pay yourself that salary, well then what's going to happen? You have to pay another salary and you have to pay another person to be seeing that. So let's do this. Let's call this newbie, which is going to be our new physio. And let's say we've hired someone relatively senior because we want them to replace us and take some of our clients. So let's say we're paying this person $47 per hour. They're going to work 38 hours per week and they can be on the 40% commission or 40% reward. Now, what we can do is we can say we're going to give them our clients. And we're going to get rid of our clients. Now, what you can see is this clinic profit has now dropped down to $234,000 per year. Now, if we just go back and get rid of those, you'll see it's $337,000. If we go forwards again, $234,000. There's a $103,000 difference in coming off the tools there. So what do we need to do then? So we actually need to go, what does this need to look like? So We can have a bit of a play around and go, if this was 50, this new person's were an extra 10 clients, what does it set us? What if we had an increase here and this went up to 49? This was 50, this was 52, this was 49, and this was 51. What does that look like for us? 330,000. Remember, it's 337. Let's make that 52. And we can see 338,000. So we can see that in order for this to be a null and void equation, just from a pure numbers perspective, right? We do need to hire another person full time. And that person does need to see 50 clients per week. And that is at the same average spend that the owner, myself, was seeing them at. And a big key thing to look at here is we've gone from 315 clients per week for earning the 337,000 profit to now needing 353 clients per week to earn the same amount of profit, but with the owner off the tool, so no longer seeing clients. So that's important to remember, because what that is, if we look at that as a whole, that's an extra 38 clients that you need in the clinic. If my math is correct, yes, 38 clients you need in the clinic on average every week for the year in order to be at the same point financially. So this is a tool that helps you to understand when you're coming off the tools, what should that look like or what could that look like, so you don't have to see a change. And so when you're running these numbers and when you're understanding this, it's a really, really powerful tool to see what might have to happen, because sometimes people will come off the tools or they'll plan to come off the tools, but they don't anticipate that change. And because of that, as they start to go through the process, they get a little bit of a shock going, well, what's going on here? Why am I seeing a decrease in income? Why am I feeling a little bit more stressed financially as I do this, which can make that transition harder? So as we go through this process, if we can look at what we need to do to increase the revenue and get the profit back to where it was, so that we can have that financial stability, so that we can reward our team, we can invest back into our clinic, we can become a clinic for good, we can do good things within our community, and we can provide a sustainable business, a sustainable clinic that has pathways and progressions for team members to work in. We need to understand our numbers. So this tool, fantastic for this. If you would like a copy of this, just down below, I've attached a link. Give that one a tickle, my friends, and jump in there, create your own copy, have a play around with it. Love to know what you think. This is absolutely my favorite. This is also our most requested asset ever. It tends to get the juices going. People like to see their numbers. They like to forecast into the future, and they love to see where their break-even points are, and they like to run through different scenarios. And in this scenario here, we've run through how to come off the tools without decreasing your income. There are so many other things you can use this tool for. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, my friends, please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Like I said, it helps us to have a bigger impact in the healthcare community. And we'll see you in the next video.